guys, it's Jay from ASMR for Nerds. Alright, so today we're going to do something many of you requested, because I guess of its topical nature these days, with the movie coming out. We're going to do some of the Marvel original Civil War reading. What I was thinking is we'll start with The Road to Civil War. This is a collection of stories that were originally in these issues, and I'll read it to you. So this book collects Fantastic Four, number 536 and 537, written by Brian Michael Bendis and J. Michael Straczynski. It also has the New Avengers Illuminati one-shot and The Amazing Spider-Man number 529 through 531. And in this you will learn why Spider-Man was such an important part of the Civil War story. With that said, though, the movie doesn't seem to go by the story in any way, which to me is disappointing because there are a lot of elements to this story that I think would be good to talk about these days when it comes to privacy and all that stuff. But they'll probably still hit on those points. But there is something in the trailers that make me not feel excited about this movie. I could just be a skeptic because I have not been loving the Marvel movies, and I have to confess, that I have still not seen Batman vs Superman. Everything everyone is saying about it, and just the feeling I get, part of me doesn't want to. As someone who loves Superman so much, all I've heard is that this is a joyless movie, and I think Superman should be anything but that. He is, the representation of hope, of, I guess, positivity, and it seems like they missed the mark on that, although, since I haven't seen it, I won't pass judgment, but you guys let me know in the comments what you thought of it. So we're going to just get right into this. The Road to Civil War, and pictured on the cover here is the Illuminati of that time. We have Professor X, Black Bolt, Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic or Reed Richards, Doctor Strange, and Namor. So just right before we get into it, we're gonna read this, but don't expect this to be anything like the movie. I'm doing this so those of you who didn't read the books can get some insight into what this original story was about, and so you can impress your friends when you walk out of the movie and say that was nothing like the comics, because isn't that why we read comics in the first place? No, it's not, but it's an added perk. So, this is the collected Civil War book, which we'll probably read after this. And then I do have all the tie-ins, the trades. And I don't know if I'm going to do any of those. Maybe I'll pick a select couple. This is the prelude to the Marvel Civil War, and again, this is the original Civil War story, not the one going on now, not the one referred to in Secret Wars. This is the original. Wakanda, Africa, many years ago. Honored guests of the great kingdom of Wakanda, Iron Man, Avenger of the great American state of New York, Dr. Stephen Strange, Master of the Mystic Arts, Professor Charles Xavier of the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters, Dr. Reed Richards of the world-famous Fantastic Four, Keeper of the Terrigen Mists, the Inhuman King, Black Bolt, and Prince Namor of the great underwater city of Atlantis. It is the House of Wakanda's honor to introduce to you King T'Challa, the Black Panther. I've never been to Wakanda before. T'Challa, it's just beautiful. Doctor Strange, you may stay as long as you like. In fact, some of our high priests were hoping to break bread with you privately. Well, that would be lovely. And thank you, T'Challa, for hosting this. And for the life of me, I can't imagine what such a gathering is for. I'm dying to hear. Please, take the room. Well, I wanted to discuss what almost happened to us this week. This planet was almost decimated in an interplanetary battle between two warrior races. The Kree and the Skrull armies used Earth as a battleground in their centuries-old war. And I think it might have been our fault. The Kree-Skrull War is our fault. Well, we knew all the players. We knew what they were capable of. We knew these alien races have been at war with each other for forever. And we knew that key members of both races had set up shop right here on planet Earth. And we knew that key members of both races had set up shop right here on planet Earth. Of course it would come to a head, of course. So how is it our fault? I wonder if we had a more unified structure amongst ourselves. I wonder if they would have thought twice about attacking this planet like they did. We who? If the Earth is attacked again, when the Earth is attacked again, we're the only ones who will defend it. There is no one else. No army is ready. So, to the rest of the universe, we are the law enforcement of this planet. I'm saying, maybe we should gather together and do just that. Again, he who? The heroes. Us, all of us. The X-Men, the Avengers, the Inhumans, the Fantastic Four, everyone else. We should gather. We should make our own delegation. Instead of these little factions of heroes and mutants we've concocted, running around doing the best they can, maybe we could pool all of our resources and all of our information and do it right. No. Well, thanks for thinking about it. If you can't even control the groups you're already in, how on earth could you hope to control them as a larger body? That's what we're here to discuss. No. Though Namor always finds the rudest way to say it, he may be right. It's too big. It's too hard to decide who would be in this coalition. Who decides who's in it? Who runs it? Who would it answer to? I agree. Look at how much the UN actually gets done versus how much time they spend just running the UN. The best superheroes in the world would be spending all of their time dealing with bureaucracy. I don't see it. I think, if I may, the Skrulls tried to turn the public against you, and they came close. It's a new feeling for you, that kind of animosity, am I right? Well, yes. As mutants, we feel that you're feeling right now, every day, all day. I know exactly how you feel, and you want to turn that feeling into something positive, and that's noble. But this idea, but you don't see. A unified grouping of heroes that included mutants could smash down barriers, instill trust in mutants all around the world. We could champion your cause, and at the same time, it would do the opposite. They would lump us in with the mutants and have an excuse to hate us all. No offense, Professor. No. And as it is, most heroes, not you or the Fantastic Four, but most heroes, like Spider-Man, Daredevil, they are rebels, counterculture. We're not anti-establishment, but we're not establishment. We're counter-establishment. I just think it's worth a try. It's worth discussing. We can make the world better than it is. We can do more than what we're doing. I want to do more. You're a fool, and here's why. How many convicted criminals and supposed ex-mutant terrorists do you have on the Avengers right now? The Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Hawkeye. Who else? How many questionable characters have you had on the team altogether? Exactly how do you screen these mutant students you take in at your school, Xavier? I hear rumors of a mutant assassin working for Canadian Secret Services. Would you allow him on your team? Wasn't Black Bolt's brother an architect of this Kree invasion of Earth? Isn't that what we've heard? Have you killed this man for his crimes, or is he in your castle right now? And you want to shine a spotlight on all of this? You think you could put these people up as role models and delegates for the entire planet Earth? That is completely deluded. You're right about one thing, Iron Man. The information. We all had pieces of information. Little pieces of the Kree Skrull invasion situation before it escalated. We could have dealt with it sooner had we met. A meeting just like this could have saved a lot of people's lives. So we meet privately like this for the big things. I could see myself trusting the people in this room, but no one can know we do this. I don't trust your so-called. Yes, we get it. You don't trust our teammates, we understand. No family, no wives. No one. If one of you shared a secret of my Atlantis that came back to harm anyone in my kingdom, the hell I would bring to the surface world. Why are you always ready to attack us? You team with Magneto when it suits you, but you can't have a civil conversation with us without threatening. It's not a threat. not appropriate to the conversation anymore. This is bigger than us. If the Kree or Skrull empires take this planet, they take you too. And the only reason they didn't win this time was sheer luck. We didn't beat them, we just stopped it. For how long? Who knows? But a child with a 5th grade history book could figure out that it's going to happen again. And we're the only ones who have any chance of doing anything about it. So stop puffing your chest and contribute to this conversation. So we'd be on an honor system. Well, no. We have Charles Xavier. You can't hide from the most powerful psychic on the planet. He'd know if anyone here betrayed us, right? I'm not comfortable with that. That's not what I do. But it is. It would have to be unanimous. Those in favor. No more. Black Bolt. Professor Xavier. Reed Richards. And that might be Doctor Strange and Iron Man. Everyone raises their hand but Black Panther. Chala, I'm telling you now, end this. Walk away from this table and go home. Wow, Chala. There is a reason the Skrulls had such an easy time trying to turn the world against its heroes. Because deep down everyone knows that this could happen, and now it has. You just decided all by yourselves that you are the Earth's protectors, and that you, and only you, not your teammates or family, are trustworthy enough to include in this process. What happens when you disagree? When one of these earth-changing moments finds you all at odds with each other, here in a secret meeting, what happens then? Walk away now. Well, I actually think it's one of the best ideas I've ever heard. I'll talk to him. If it doesn't work, we do walk away. Black Bolt, I know if you speak out loud, you could bring the entire country down around our ears. Can you read his thoughts, Professor? I'd like to hear what he's thinking. He says his people, the Inhumans, do need the connection to the outside world and can trust no government. This is perfect for him, as he figures out what the next step is for his people. So we agree then. When next we meet, anything discussed here stays here. I rarely leave my house as it is. Anything else we want to talk about now before Chala's guard has us removed? Actually, I'd like to talk about an island in the South Pacific. It's called Krakoa. Las Vegas, Nevada, 1 month ago. Hulk smash. Shield helicarrier, 1,000 feet over Akron, Ohio. How many this time, Commander Hill? 26, 2 kids and a dog. He can't control it. One of my agents was going over a report and he said to me, "You know all those people Norman Osborn killed as the Green Goblin. When does it become Spider-Man's fault?" And I said, "Why would it be Spider-Man's fault?" He said, "Spider-Man's the one who has Osborn by the throat 3 times a year, but he never does what he has to do. He webs him up, they throw him in jail, then Osborn breaks out and he goes on another homicidal rampage." How many this time, Commander Hill? 26, 2 kids and a dog. He can't control it. Who do you think had more control over what happened? The 26 people and the dog, or him? The thing I want to know is, why do you let this continue? Me, let. One of my agents was going over a report and he said to me, "You know all those people Norman Osborn killed as the Green Goblin? When does it become Spider-Man's fault?" And I said, "Why would it be Spider-Man's fault?" He said, "Spider-Man's the one who has Osborn by the throat 3 times a year, but he never does what he has to do. He webs him up, they throw him in jail, then Osborn breaks out and he goes on another homicidal rampage. How many times does that have to happen before the whole damn thing becomes Spider-Man's fault?" I said, "It's not Spider-Man's fault. Norman Osborn is nuts." He said, "That's true, but it is his fault. The guy's still alive." "Commander, I'm doing everything I can to stop the Hulk. My question is, are you?" And I gotta tell you, the rumblings I'm hearing on Capitol Hill, they're looking for things to blame on you guys. Hydra Base, or Hydro Base, the Avengers' former base of operations. Innocent people are dying because he walks the earth. Innocent people die every day, Tony. So it's okay, Reed. No, I'm saying that there's a natural order of 1 minute Bruce Banner is your ally, and the next you want to shoot him into space. Namor, that's not. Because 1 minute he's under control and a hero, and the next Las Vegas is destroyed. He can't control it. You used to have quite the drinking problem. Maybe we should throw you into the sun. It's not the same thing, and I never killed anyone. How do you know? What do your people call them? Blackouts. He's a problem, and we have a solution, and no one gets hurt. Maybe if you and Dr. Reed Richards here took a minute away from your talk show appearances and meetings about your action figures and spend some time trying to cure him with your lofty scientific acumen. How dare you, Namor? Really? How dare you? I have spent countless hours trying to crack the genetic sequence that turned Banner into the Hulk. Not only to cure him, but to cure my friend Ben Grimm as well. What have you done that you come here and speak to us like this? If you knew the first thing about the genetic sciences, you'd know it would take 1,000,000 scientists with 1,000,000 computers 1,000 years to crack every genetic sequence that makes this planet work, and Banner's isn't even one of them. I've met with every great mind alive on this planet to find some sort of cure, or at the very least some sort of invention we could use to dampen him. And Doctor Strange has, yes, he's traveled the entire astral plane looking for anything at all that could. I tried to banish him once but the crossroads, but it wasn't as safe as this. And we've sat Banner down with Xavier, and what did we learn? Namor, no. Unhand me. They're fighting underwater. Still fighting underwater, and he takes his helmet off, causing Tony to drown a little bit. Stop resisting my enchantments, Namor. You know better. Unbelievable, Namor. Just completely amazing to me how you never change. And you're fools. Complete fools. All of you. Cough, cough. The group has voted. You've known him your whole life, Strange, and I want him to be happy. once you send him, and he will kill you all, and he'll be right. Let him go. King Jalo is right too. Cough. It's a satellite. I helped design it. I don't think Banner could know that Nick Fury's gone underground, but he will listen to Fury. He wouldn't trust the new people in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. has been using a life model decoy to stand in for Fury, to cover up his disappearance. The new ones are staggeringly lifelike. The LMD coaxes Banner to go up to a satellite that's gone haywire. We are having trouble with the AI on this satellite, and it's something that needs to be addressed. But if we do this right, as far as Bruce will be concerned, it'll be a job only the Hulk can do. We just need him to get inside, and from there the AI can distract him while we send it where we can, where he can't hurt anyone, and no one can hurt him. I'm sorry, Bruce, but for your sake and ours, we're sending you away. It's the only way we can be sure. And maybe one day he'll forgive us. Funtime Inc., a Stark Enterprise subsidiary today. So, just to recap, they decided the Hulk was too dangerous and shot him into space. Now, this actually is what starts the Planet Hulk storyline. So basically, if the Hulk was in the Civil War, whoever's side he chose likely would win because he's the Hulk. So they sent him away, probably mostly to make sure the story is possible in the fantasy world of Marvel. But also it sets up the great Planet Hulk by Greg Pak, which is a suggested reading if you're into it's kind of a gladiator story. Fish out of water gladiator sort of thing. Funtime Inc., a Stark Enterprises subsidiary of today. They're not coming. Approaching. Gentlemen, thank you for coming. Doctor Strange is on his way. Xavier's still missing. Xavier's been missing since the House of M. And we assume the worst. It would be naive not to. Well then, bravo to all of you for another disaster averted. Why are you even here, Namor? He was invited. I know we agreed not to do this anymore, but something larger than any issues we have is on the horizon. And if I didn't come to you with it, I would not be able to live with myself. This is an early draft of a bill that will hit the floor of the United States Congress in a month or two. It was supposed to be. It was slipped to me under the table. It's the Superhero Registration Act. Remember that name. The Superhero Registration Act. Anyone with powers, anyone in costume, any mutant, any of our kind is going to be required by law to reveal themselves to the United States government. In return, the registered hero will be given a job as a guard in the new S.H.I.E.L.D. World Security Force. You will still get to be a superhero, but you'll have to answer to someone. Refusing to do so will be considered a federal crime. The feeling is that other countries will follow suit, but that the United States will be leading the way, and that this bill will pass. If a person wears a mask, how will they know who to? S.H.I.E.L.D. is developing a special unit to hunt down anyone flagrantly disobeying the law. Well, that's just disgusting. And I think we should all voluntarily support and obey this act before it even goes to a vote. We should happily come out in favor of it. And more smiles. We should cooperate now before it gets ugly, before someone or everyone is made an example of. First you took care of the Hulk, and now you found a way to take care of the rest of us. I'm telling you, this is happening. Right now. House of M, Nick Fury's Secret War, the 198, the attack on Avengers Mansion. It's all come to this. An environment of fear has been created where this bill can not only exist, but will pass. And you will gladly roll over. No more, listen. I want to explain this to you as clearly as I can. I'm a futurist. The way my mind works, the way Reed's mind works, we can intuit the future. That's why we're such successful inventors. We know what people will need before people even know they're going to need it. And now I'm going to tell you the future. A hero, probably a young one of the young Avengers, or those kids in Los Angeles. Some carefree, happy-go-lucky, well-meaning young person with the best of intentions will do something wrong. He'll be trying to save someone, do something heroic, but he'll make a mistake, turn to the left instead of the right, and people will be hurt or killed because of it. And it'll either happen on live TV or it will be recorded, and like Rodney King, it'll play over and over and over, all over the world, until the unrest that is already bubbling will boil over, and every politician looking to make a name for himself will run right on TV, and they'll tell America how they're going to save the world from these out-of-control costume characters who think the law does not apply to them. And half of us will go along with it, and half of us won't. And because of this mini rebellion, our lawmakers will be forced to make an example of someone like our friend Spider-Man. Someone they can make a deal, a real spectacle of. Someone they could unmask on TV, destroy his marriage and family, and pin a crime or two on, all for the whole world to see. And the country will rupture, sides will be taken, and people will get hurt. Friend against friend, people who used to be adversaries finding themselves teamed up against a common cause. Friends dying at the hands of a former ally or teammate. That is what will happen. But if we come to them now as representatives of the most powerful of all the heroes, cooperate and incorporate ourselves into the process, we can diffuse it. Can I hear the part where you tell us that if we would have created the delegation of heroes you fantasized about years ago, none of this would have ever happened? Yes, you should have listened to me then, and I'm begging you to listen to me now. You brought it on yourselves. This is a surface world situation. They'll come for you in Atlantis too. No, that would be an act of war. Most probably you'll destroy yourselves before they even consider us. And it'll be our planet again. Either way, we're fine with it. It's wrong, Doctor. It's wrong. It's giving in to other people's ignorance and fear, and a lot of our peers will fight for their rights to the death. Dr. Richards, please tell me you. Tony's right. My God, he's completely right. I guess we're done here. Never call upon me again. Well, I'm sorry you can't communicate with us, Black Bolt. I think I got the gist. Will I have to go home and fight with my wife about this for the rest of my life? I'll call you as soon as I hear something. It was fun while it lasted. It really was. So, we're going to stop there. We will let you guys digest that, since that was the most important part of the story, setting up the entire Civil War, showing off how the Illuminati started, the importance of each of these characters, likely why they each have their own movies, Doctor Strange getting his own, the Inhumans, although I heard it was canceled or postponed, Black Panther. It'll be interesting to see how Black Panther is incorporated in the movie, since he's not interested in being part of the Illuminati. And I'm kind of disappointed that Namor is not in the movie, because he plays a very important role in kind of being the contrarian of all this with Black Panther, and kind of an instigator. It'll also be interesting to see what they do with the Hulk's character, being that they are sending him away in the book, and he's not really involved in Civil War. Maybe they will do a Planet Hulk movie. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Alright guys, so that's it. We have read the first half of the prelude, the road to Civil War. Next time we're going to go through the rest of this, which includes some more setup, and then we'll read the full Civil War book story, the main event book, and then I'm thinking maybe we'll do, if you guys are into this, we'll either move on after the Civil War book, or we'll do some tie-ins. Maybe we'll do a poll, because I have all of the tie-ins in a trade form. So, that's it guys.